So this is lesson K on Are You Ready? Instead of doing a page of notes, I'm just directly on the assignment, okay? Because we're going to get through this one a little faster. Number one, everyone needs to know how to divide fractions. So the way we do this is the 5/8 stays the same. And then how do you divide fractions? What do you have to do? Multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. Then you multiply straight across. So 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times -2 is -16. And the negative goes in front of the fraction like that. Moving on. Now, there's a really long way to solve these. You could get a common denominator and combine the fraction in the top. You could get a common denominator, combine the fraction in the bottom, simplify those, and then do this step. But that is way too much work because there's actually a shortcut. What is the biggest denominator you see? 9. Watch. We can multiply this entire thing by 9 and this by 9. So we're multiplying by 9 over 9. Okay, let's distribute this 9. So what is 4 times 9? So we have 36. -2/9 times 9. What happens to the 9s? They cancel, they divide out. So we have 36 minus 2. Beautiful, right? Now let's look in the denominator. 3 times 9. What's 3 times 9? 27. Okay. 4 times 9 divided by 3. 4 times 9 divided by 3. And it's a plus or a minus? Plus. Well, that's easy, right? So just by multiplying by the denominator that we didn't like, the big one, we really simplified it down. Now 36 minus 2, 34 over 12 plus 27. And can that reduce? Nope. Okay. Now, I just said we kind of just guessed 9. Stop talking, please, out there. So now we have our denominators 2, 5, and 4. What number would eliminate 2, 5, and 4? All of them together. So what's the least common denominator? That's what we're doing here. So LCD is 2 times 5 times 4, which is 20. There's not a smaller number that they all go into. 15, 10. No. Okay. Ready? Here we go. So the numerator we're going to multiply by 20. And the denominator we're going to multiply by 20. Ready? Here we go. One at a time. Don't be scared. 2 times 20. 40. 7 times 20 divided by 2. You could also divide by 2 first. So you could do 20 divided by 2 is 10 times 7. 70. We all agree it's 70? Okay. 3 times 20 divided by 5. Is 12 correct? Yes, it is. Okay, all over. Now the denominator, 20 times 5, 100. And then minus 3 times 20 divided by 4. There we go. Simplify numerator and denominator. 4 times 4. Sometimes does your adding not work in your head? That's kind of how I am today. And then 100 minus 15, 85. Does that reduce? No. Okay, you ready for some variables now? Yes, you can. Here we go. So what's our least common denominator? 1x. Ready? Here we go. 1x. 1x. X over x. So we have x times x. X times x is x squared minus, what happens to these x's? They cancel, they divide out, and we're left with x squared minus 1. That should make you feel something special in your heart, x squared minus 1. Okay, let's look at the denominator now. X times x, x squared, plus 1 over x times x, the x's divide out, and we're left with a plus 1, which x squared plus 1, you should feel something really yucky in your belly, okay? So x squared minus 1, you have a warm fuzzy feeling in your heart because x squared minus 1 can be factored to what? Yeah, it doesn't matter which goes first. And then the x squared plus 1, you have a real icky feeling in your tummy because that cannot be factored. The x squared plus 1. Okay, you ready? Get set. Here we go. Kicking it up a notch. What does x to the negative 1 mean? It means 1 over x. And this means 1 over x squared. So you pretty much had to write your own complex fraction there. Yeah, it gave it to you like this. You wish you could just cross things off, but you can't. So we rewrote it like this. Now, if I multiply by x squared, oh, I just gave it away, then x squared is, I was going to say if you multiply by x, that wouldn't be enough. But do we agree if we multiply by x squared, all the denominators will cancel? So that's our goal. How do we get all the denominators to cancel? Okay, I'm going to pause and I want you guys to try this. How'd you do on your distributing the x squared? Now here we always try and factor to simplify. So I'm going to move down here. This has a common factor of x. So if we factor the x out, we get this. And then this is a difference of two squares, which we had just done on the previous problem. So we get x plus 1 and x minus 1. And what do you notice? You should notice that two of the factors are the same. So they divide out and we're left with this. Hi friends, can we cancel these x's here? Do you know why not? Because of the minus 1, good, they're not factors. You can only cancel factors. And a factor is something that's being multiplied. Like these were being multiplied, so we can cross those off. Okay, you guys know how it goes. It's just going to get harder from here. So what did we do step 1? Do you see how we took that x minus 1 and x negative 2, we wrote it like this? So we need to do that here. Ready? Get set. Here we go. This says, does this say x to the negative 1? So we have 1 over x plus 1 over y. Ta-da. Okay. I know. You want to just like multiply by x plus y and just cancel everything out, but that's just not how it works. And I don't have time to go into huge proof. But just tell me, what are the denominators that you see? What do you see? X. What else do you see? Y. So we have to multiply by x times y. And whatever we do to the numerator, we're going to do to the denominator. Okay, we're going to distribute x, y to each term. So when we multiply x, y times 1 over x, what cancels? The x's, and what stays? The y. So that's a really good tool for you guys to use. What cancels and what stays? So right here, 1 over y, what cancels? The y's, and what's going to stay? The x. Friends, are we going to distribute the denominator? No, triple D, don't distribute the denominator. Leave it factored. Why? We love factors. Don't distribute the denominator because we love factors. Why do we love factors? What do factors do? They cancel. Do we have a common factor in the numerator and denominator here? I see y plus x and x plus y. Are those the same? Final answer, 1 over xy. Doing okay? Upside down. Someone said piece of cake and I said upside down. That's from a movie about calculus. Or we're going to watch it. Okay. I probably won't finish. Sorry, you'll be left with that one. Have fun. Here we go. Everyone okay with me rewriting this? That's step 1. What's our least common denominator? What would cancel all the denominators? X squared? Y'all with me? Wakey wakey, here we go. X squared. Distribute. I don't think you need my help on this one. I think it's all good. X times x, whatever. That's a 1. Yes, the x squareds cancel. What is x squared over x? X squared over x is 1x. And then 1 times x squared. X squared. All right, x squared times 1 over x squared leaves you just a 1. And then minus x cubed. Is that right? Hey, Miss Keener, why are we distributing the denominator? You just yelled at us not to distribute the denominator over here. Is that a little confusing? Hold on. What's the goal of this worksheet? The goal of this worksheet is to get rid of denominators, right? So here, like we had to cancel this denominator. This one was a rare example. Did this have a denominator that we needed to cancel out? No, so it was just x plus y. So if you got confused over my instructions, that's why. Well, this is some fun factoring. Here we go. You ready? The numerator. Just kidding. The numerator, can this be factored? It can't, because the only way to get 1 is 1 times 1, but 1 plus 1 is 2. Is there a 2 here to get? No. Did I mess up? No. So we can factor this, but do we need to get this? Will we get this if we factor this? I don't think so. Won't it have a 2? Oh, it will. Guess when the last time I factored a difference of 2 cubes? I don't remember. Okay, did you guys factor it in pre-calc or whatever? Okay, do you remember how to factor a difference of 2 cubes? 1 minus x cubed, I'm going to run out of time, but we have 1 minus x goes in the front. The way I remember it is that we do 1 squared, square the front, put it in the front, square the back, put it in the back, squish them in the middle. So 1 times x is an x in the middle, and it can only have 1 minus sign. Did we already use a minus sign? Yes. I know that's a little kooky crazy, but that's how I memorize it. It's just a formula called difference of 2 cubes. Do we have a common thing on the top and bottom now? Okay. Oh, what happens when everything cancels from the numerator? 1 on top. All right. Look at these. Won't that be fun? I hope you enjoy solving those on your own, because we're going to run out of time. But step 1 is to make the exponents positive by moving them like that. This is going to be step 1. This one's already positive, that 1/2. Oh, I'm going to run out of time. I apologize, but we got most of this done. I think that's a win. Like that, all over this. Okay, here's what you're going to multiply by. Good luck.